Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast. I'm your host, Mills.
And your host, Mo Money.
Fellas, y'all there?
Welcome to.
Oh, you there? Kobe having some problems.
It's your, I, my bad. I didn't know. I thought my bad. I thought Kobe was starting on. My bad. Yeah, it's your
So let's take two. Take
bad.
two. That audio, Jack. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, Kobe. I can hear. I can hear y'all fine. I think Kobe's connection. He got to redo it or something like that. I think.
Okay, no, it's all good. We live now. We live now, bro. It's all good, man. Kobe, I guess Kobe had joined us. Like I said, once his connection reconnected, what have you. How y'all doing today?
Outstanding.
Good.
Outstanding.
Okay, yeah. So Mills, I heard you off injured reserve. So yes, congratulations.
Hey. I was telling Mo that the doctor said, "Let me see you jog. Let me see you jog around." I was like, "Ooh," but I did it. I can get my knees up a little bit.
Absolutely. Okay, yes. To all the viewers and listeners, we appreciate you vibing with us tonight. Look here, without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it. Hey man, let's go ahead and do our NFL recap. Mo, tell me what you think in terms of week 4 of these NFL games that just passed this weekend.
Man, it's still a little too early to tell as far as teams are concerned. It's only been 4 games, so can't get too high, can't get too low. But one thing I have been impressed in is one rookie, CJ Stroud. He just broke the NFL record for the most consecutive passing yards and touchdowns without an interception. And I know Carolina got to be kicking themselves right now because they looks like they passed on a generational talent.
Mm-hmm.
No question.
What you got, Mills?
I'm not gonna necessarily go for a player. I'm gonna go for teams. Obviously, my Cowboys redeemed themselves, so that's good. It's always interesting how my team, and I always say this, we beat ourselves. So we can play to that level. We can beat anybody. But when we lose, it's rough, So last week it was rough. No rhyme or reason. I want to give some street cred to the Commanders. Just, they lost this weekend, but the fact that they can pull it together in the fourth quarter every time, and I don't know if that was a meme where the dude's foot was really in, but they said he was out. I don't know if somebody just did a Photoshop. He was really close. I thought he broke the other guy's arm on that last catch, but I'm gonna give my props to the Commanders. I'm loving the Lions. I'm loving the Detroit Lions. They playing with no fear. I love it. And Baltimore, Kobe, I give you Baltimore.
I appreciate that, Mills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dog, what's your recap looking like from Sunday and Monday night?
I got to piggyback on what Mo was talking about. I think what CJ Stroud is doing is not getting enough attention. For him to come in and do what he's doing and make the Houston Texans relevant again, I think is awesome. And I also want to give, even though I'm not really a big fan of his, but Mayfield down there in Tampa Bay, he got them winning a couple games, and it looked like they might pull off. They at least gonna be in the hunt for maybe winning that division. So, that's all I got right now.
Yeah, and I agree with all of you. Piggybacking off of O-Dog and Mo, CJ Stroud, he's on my list in terms of stock up. So was Baker Mayfield. He's been impressive. He went out. He's gone out there and he's played to the best of his ability. He hasn't hurt the team. He's actually helped the team. He's won some games for them, and he's getting the ball into the right people's hands. And you just got to tip your hat to that. Some of the other games that I watched this past Sunday was the Buffalo and Miami game. That was an impressive performance by Buffalo. And to me,
That's fun.
yeah, and to me, it kind of, I think Miami, was humble. You know what I mean? Just to show that they still have another leap to go before they can be mentioned in that category with teams that's truly contending to go to a Super Bowl. Um, Dallas Patriots game, I thought Dallas was extremely impressive. Even though the Patriots aren't that strong, but hey, they're an NFL team. You know what I mean? They went out there and did what they supposed to do. They could have easily played down to their competition and made the game closer than it could have been, but they went out there and dominated. So I tip my hat to them. The Chiefs and Jets was interesting. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so that kind of makes me just hurt for the Jets even more. I'm like, damn, if they had Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean? Who knows where they would be right now after week 4? They could be easily undefeated. But that's how it goes. But the Chiefs, though, they kind of concern me. They've been struggling a little bit so far in the early season, and it just shows even when you're a great quarterback and arguably the best quarterback in the league, if your weapon's not up to par, you can look regular too. You know what I'm saying? And then that brings me to Lamar Jackson, and that's why I love Lamar Jackson so much. It don't matter if he got 1,000 weapons or one weapon. Lamar Jackson's going to be Lamar Jackson and do what he have to do to help his team win. And he looked very sharp against Cleveland, and Cleveland came into that game as the number 1 defense in the league, and it looked like he was playing against a Pop Warner team for a second there. He was trying out new things and doing a little lob, soft touch pass on the sideline. I'm like, this dude playing around. But I was impressed by them. Justin Fields, he finally played a good game, but they choked it up down the stretch. A lot of people are starting to give Russell Wilson credit because they came back and won that game. But look, bro, you played against the Bears and Justin Fields. They come on, you don't get no props for that, man. You still got a lot to prove. You haven't been a quarterback to really be in the conversation in what 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. So that doesn't impress me from Russell Wilson. But stock down. I'm sorry, old dog, but I have to mention them is the Cincinnati Bengals. They came in this season with a lot of hope, of being one of those teams in the upper echelon that can possibly get to the Super Bowl and win the whole thing. And then you got Joe Burrow, who's easily a top 3 quarterback, definitely a top 5 quarterback in this league, and you just expect more from them. So they're on my stock down list. And the last team I'm going to mention that's on my stock down list is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm only going to say one word for them: trash.
Bubba
Wow. I think stock down for me just seeing Daniel Jones week in and week. Like, dude, who are you playing for? Who are you playing with? Who are you throwing to? Like, I don't see him making a comeback. They could pay him all that money. Like, it'll be amazing if he turns it around. But he's looking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Mills. I can't say nothing about that. But it's somebody that's going to join him right on that bus, and that's Mac Jones.
Oh.
We gave credit to the Cowboys, but, man, he looked like trash. It ain't even about weapons or none of that. He just forgot the core fundamentals of how to play quarterback. He throwing.
It's hard to. I mean to cut you off, Mo, but it's hard to throw the ball down the field when your offensive line can't block.
That's true.
I'm not speaking for the Giants. I'm speaking for the Cincinnati Bengals. We've had the worst offensive line for a long time, and if they don't do something about it fast, they are going to lose. They are going to lose Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow needs to sit down, and I appreciate him. I applaud him for trying to play, after getting a big deal or whatever the case may be. But our offensive line has been trash. They've been, and that's the problem in Cincinnati. We try to just put Band-Aids over things, and we've been doing it for a long time. Back in the days of Carson Palmer and things like that or whatever. But our offensive line is terrible. Yeah. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
And dog, I think this season out of any of them is more important for the offensive line to protect Burrow just because he's not as mobile as he usually
100%.
is, because he typically can move around and buy some time. But now with that calf, it's not 100%. He's not getting away from anybody. He getting stuck out there.
Yeah, 100% for sure. For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's transition over to college football. We had some exciting games over the weekend. Mo, who'd you like? What did you see from college football Saturday?
Man, so Saturday I was celebrating my nephew's first birthday, so I missed a few games, but one game I did catch was the Colorado and USC game.
Yeah. I was wondering when we was gonna have that conversation. All these Colorado fans.
I mean, Caleb Williams. I think he's stamped and certified. He been the truth since he was at Oklahoma. So, but you saw that there's levels to this. You know what I mean? When you look at Colorado, they have a lot of Ferraris out there, but down in the trenches, they're just not ready yet. It was a great effort, great comeback. For all the Prime haters out there, I know that's a segment later, and I'll save my comments, but anytime a coach can get a team not to quit when they're down by that many points, it just speaks to the character of the team. So Caleb Williams impressed me this weekend. I'm not going to sit here in cabin and say I watched a whole bunch of other college football games because I didn't.
You sound like me. So I might have got more in than you did this weekend.
So who'd you like this weekend, Mills? Who'd you actually get a chance to watch?
All right. So, my kids, one plays for Virginia Tech, one plays for South Carolina. So I'm going to start with South Carolina and that gruesome injury for the Tennessee player. Oh, my goodness. Like, I wish I didn't see it. I don't know where South Carolina is going to end up. I want them to be better than they are. My kid is the starting center now, doing a decent job. But again, they have some moments of greatness as far as on the offensive side. Defensive, not so much. But I'm pulling for the kid. I think his name was Grew, that got hurt for Tennessee. So I watched that game. Obviously, Tennessee beat South Carolina. Virginia Tech finally got one in the win column, so I'm happy about that. Josh Fuga was on our show last season, so shout out to Fuga. I watched Colorado USC. Caleb Williams is truly too legit to quit. And shout out to Gonzaga. When I had never heard him speak before, and I said, shout out to Gonzaga. But he is a great player. Colorado, you got to give them credit. I mean, I thought they were out of it, and to dig deep like that and come back, that makes it exciting. Like, I don't care personally how they end the season. They've already won. Dion has already won. Those kids have grit. I can't wait for Travis Hunter to come back. There's another kid that's out for them. I can't think of his name, but once they get an O-line, he'll build his pieces. So let the haters hate. Rome wasn't built in a day, but they are exciting to watch. Shedeur is all of it. And it's taken some, I don't know how many sacks he got. I don't know how many times he got sacked, but to be conditioned the way he is, to get up and still go for it, and then to pull your team together and come back, I give you props. So those are the three main games I watched this weekend.
Dog, who you watch? Who you like?
I watched. I want to piggyback a little bit about what Mills and Mo said about with Colorado. As far as them coming back with USC, I think they truly did show a little bit of fight this week. I think last week was embarrassing. I think we all talked about when you're getting ready to play against a team like Oregon, Oregon just dogged them, made them quit. And for them to get beat like that, and Prime, being, a person that's big on discipline, big on keep fighting, big on, I think that's one of the reasons. Now, I'm not going to sit up. They did come back against USC, but let's keep it a buck. USC sort of was like, we up 3 touchdowns, we chilling right now, right? So I'm anxious to see how they gonna go back moving, how they gonna show up this week in Arizona, which I'm gonna try to go to the game because I'll be in Arizona this week. So I'm gonna definitely try to see it or whatever and go to that game or whatever the case may be. But I want to see how they gonna finish the season now, right? You had 2 big games, primetime games. You're not on ABC, you're not on Fox Sports, you on the Pac-12 network. So I want to see how those guys perform and they go out and play this week or whatever the case may be. As far as moving forward, I think Alabama quarterback played a little bit better. For them to go down there and, for him to take the scrutiny and everything that he did, I think the black quarterback came back. I forgot the young man's name, but I think he played well. I think he came back especially because after being benched, it's a tough thing. I don't care what job you have, somebody to replace you, and for him to come back and go out and fight, still have that character, still be cheering on his teammates and stuff like that. I like that a lot. Notre Dame, Duke. I think Notre Dame is overrated. I do believe they should have beat Ohio State.
I know who's not overrated.
I do believe they should have beat Ohio State. I think Ohio State's gonna I think Ohio State is in for a fight this weekend with Maryland. I think if what's his name? Not Frizz. What's the Maryland head coach name? Maryland football head coach. I forgot. Well, anyway, I think this is a signature. If he can go in there and just show a good showing and maybe be around, what I'm saying, to the end, I think that'll be big for him. I also like Georgia. I thought Georgia played well this week as well. Played good this week as well. But
who they have? Auburn.
Yeah. They play Auburn. They came back and made some big that's their tight end. That's a monster.
Brock Bowers.
He made some crucial. Not the touchdown catch was awesome, but the couple of catches that he had to get them in position to go down there and score at the end, I thought that was dope. So those are the games that I sort of locked in on and watched.
Yeah. Myself, I didn't get to watch many games as I was traveling, but 2 games that I definitely had to make myself available to watch was, of course, my mob, Notre Dame versus Duke. I don't think Notre Dame is overrated. And, I think that they actually
I know who not overrated.
But I think they look like a completely different team now. I think that they're faster. They have a great running back. They have a great tight end. Their transfer quarterback. They needed him in a bad way, and I think this past Saturday Notre Dame showed a lot of toughness and grit as they battled through adversity after a heartbreaking and emotional loss to Ohio State. They could have easily this could have been a trap game. They could have easily lost that game to Duke, but they fought, they stayed in it, and they got a big victory at the end to stay in contention. I think they ranked 9th right now. So they still hovering around. They need help from other teams to take some L's so they can move up the ladder. But, all you can ask for is a win every Saturday, and they got that W. Of course, I watched the USC Colorado game. I mean, the outcome was what I expected. I think everybody expected USC to win that game, just like the week before we expected Oregon to win the game. We just didn't know how Colorado would fare in terms of their competitiveness against those 2 teams. Of course, Oregon, like O-Dog said, just dogged them out, made them quit, and they was embarrassed. They probably didn't even go out on the streets that entire week. You know what I mean?
Nor should they. Nor should they.
Nor should they.
And hear about the crab game, nor should you.
Yep. And this USC game, it could have got ugly. It started to look that way early on. And then I think they all had a come to Jesus moment. Like, look, man, you know how we felt last week. And I know Coach Prime, he not going for it. He's like, y'all ain't going to embarrass me again another week, man. Y'all better get out there and, put your feet to the fire. And they came back strong. You know what I mean? Shedeur Sanders, he's the truth. I get an ass to Caleb Williams, but, I mean, I mean, they right there. I mean, if you're a pro scout and you looking and you want a quarterback, I mean, you're not. I mean, you're impressed by both quarterbacks. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed the game, and I think Deion Sanders, like Mills said, they already winning. You know what I mean? Colorado's a team that hasn't had any success in recent years. They only won one game last year. You already 3 games up. Had your team in the top 20, top 25 rankings, and you're getting the attention nationwide. You filling up the stands, and I know you generating attention from the recruits, big time recruits. That's where he's really winning at in the recruiting
Yeah.
and the transfer portal game, because people looking at this. I call it an event that he has. They looking at this event and they want to be a part of it. Like that's a movement out there in Colorado. You know what I mean? They got all the celebrities there, everything, every week. You know, it's a movement. So if I'm a high school player coming out of college, or if I'm in the transfer portal, I want to go over there. I want to be a part of the big show. So, hats off, tip my hat to Colorado, tip my hat to USC, but I think USC may not be as good as we think they are. I don't think
The
they're as good as
defense is trash. The defense is trash.
yeah. I don't think they're as good as their ranking. I think Oregon is definitely a better team than them, but we shall see.
Once they play.
Yeah,
And
and with that being said, I want to know who you guys pretenders and contenders are in college football. Let's start with you, Mills. I know you was about to say something.
no, I was just thinking back to, 1990 was the last time Colorado won the football championship. So we'll see. I think in the next 5 years, I'll say 3. Let's see where they go. But it's been a long time for that area, so they hot right now, and they already winning. Pretenders, I don't even want to say this out loud. Virginia Tech, like it's just they just can't get. They're not on.
But what they pretending to be? Because
I
can't even put.
Yeah, I see.
Virginia Tech just lost to Marshall, Mills.
Just they I try to keep up, but
so I agree with
maybe
you.
They pretending what? Yeah,
they pretending to be a Division I school.
They living in yesteryear, like flashback to 1999. But I just transfer portal just tore them to shreds. So, and I feel like they had a player. And maybe that was South Carolina. Somebody is playing for, and I can't think of it right now. My brain going blank. But yeah, transfer portal. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of that. Who's living the best life? Until this weekend, I'm gonna say Ohio State. Georgia's just doing what Georgia gonna do, right? We always. I know they're gonna stay top the whole season, but. Who's living their best life right now? Ohio State, after beating Notre Dame. So we'll see this weekend. I am surprised that Omar said Maryland might give them some game, but I'll be watching. Okay. Mike Locksley is the coach name we were trying to think.
That's right, Mike Locksley. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay, Mo, who are your pretenders and who are your contenders?
Pretender is easy, y'all. We talked about him earlier in the show. Is USC. Lincoln Riley is known for having trash defenses, and you can't contend when your secondary is that bad, and you're not really getting pressure on the quarterback organically without blitzing. So I think that's a pretender. As far as contenders are concerned, Mills hit it on the head. Ohio State, when you had that many talented guys on your roster. Michigan is another one I still think is in the running. And then last but not least, man, when you the champ until somebody beat you, or
champ is here.
Georgia is still holding it down, man. If their game's gonna be close in the SEC, so don't get it twisted. Auburn is a pretty talented outfit as well. If they had better quarterback play, they might have beat Georgia, but that's my pretenders and contenders.
Okay, who you got, O-Dog? Pretenders.
Pretenders. I got my mob, Florida State. I don't think we really. I mean, the biggest test we had was Clemson. In the ACC. We all. I mean, the ACC ain't like that for real. Contenders. I think another pretender is Ohio State. I think their quarterback play is trash. I think McCord is awful. I think he's awful. I think their secondary is trash. I was at the game 2 years ago when Big Bro Springs was going into the Athletic Hall of Fame, and 2 of their corners was getting cooked by Arkansas State. And these guys are five-star guys that's starting as freshmen, sophomore, and they not getting any better. And that's terrible. You at Ohio State, it's a standard. I mean, just think about all the DBs that's come out of there, right? You know what I mean? Like they got a mean list, and so I'm not impressed with all. Like that's why I said I give Maryland an opportunity because Maryland got a couple wide receivers that can boogie a little bit. So I think this is going to be a good test for, and then with Notre Dame should have easily won that game. I think Notre Dame should have made a couple wrong calls. I think the offensive coordinator should have ran the ball. And if you run the ball a couple more times and then you take a delay of game penalty, they don't have as much time to run those plays and get down the field. Period. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride and then do what you feel, do what's right for the overall team, man. And I think Notre Dame dropped the ball on that. But with that being said, my contenders, I think I like Michigan. And obviously I like Georgia. Penn State, I'm interested in seeing what Penn State look like. To be honest, Aubrey, a shout out to Cuzzo Aubrey. What's up with you, Cuz?
Aubrey.
I'm interested. I'm very interested to see what Penn State will be. That's the good thing about that Big Ten sort of towards the end. You got the Michigan, you got the Penn State, you got Ohio State. So they got to go see each other, right?
Yes.
They got to see each other. So that's my pretenders and contenders. But yeah, my Florida State, yeah, we might win a couple more, but I don't like us against Miami and I don't like us at Florida at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Nobody said Texas unless Kobe about to say Texas.
I'm going to mention them. I'm glad you said that. But I'm gonna start with my pretenders. So my pretenders are Ohio State. Just off the fact that they're ranked 4th. So if the college season ended today, they'll be in the college football playoffs. It was still that 14 rule, and right. they're not that good.
Not even
this year. LSU, they already proven they pretenders because they had a lot of a lot of high hope coming into the season. A lot of people was thinking that they could really do something in the SEC and upset some folks and come out of there as that team to represent the SEC in the college football playoffs. But they almost out the rankings.
That was after you must before we beat them by 20 or after Florida State beat them by 20. But go ahead.
Y'all put the world on notice. Florida State put the world.
I know, but you got on Mills talking about Virginia Tech, and you in here talking about LSU. What are we talking about?
Get them.
At least they in the rankings. Virginia Tech, they like.
Can we stop?
Yeah, they did just lose to Marshall.
This is being broadcast worldwide.
Shout out to my boy Caleb. He balled against Marshall. Go ahead though.
my other pretender, sorry Fredo, is Alabama. They are no longer in the upper echelon of college football. They still a great program. Don't get me wrong. But when we talk about contender for a national title, they should not come out of anybody's mouth. Period. Contenders, Georgia, of course. They the big dog until somebody prove that they're not. And right now, it doesn't look like anybody can do that. I think Michigan is a contender. They look like they ready. I don't think they like. Well, I know they don't like how the season ended last year, so I think they got a lot of motivation coming into the season. So look for them to make a lot of noise. I actually got Old Dog's team, Florida State, as a contender, even though they struggled. Who was that against Clemson? But that's a rivalry game. Them the 2 top dogs in the ACC. Sometimes you gotta throw games like that out the window and not really pay too much attention to it, how they won, and just they got a lot of athletes. You know what I mean? They fast on both sides of the ball. They're gonna be tough to beat. So I got them as a contender.
Hold on, Kobe. So we've been bashing all these quarterbacks. and we're not going to talk about Florida State quarterback. How when he get a little bit of pressure.
He trash. Yeah, he trash.
Okay, all right,
quarterback. He was a wide receiver that we converted. Yeah, he's a wide receiver that we converted. We just needed somebody to fill the position.
Okay. I just want I just wanted to, man.
Hey, but he undefeated trash. Undefeated trash. Hey, he gotta keep the train rolling.
Hey, the wide receivers is the reason.
Yeah. They look. All you need to do is get the ball in their hands. You know what I'm saying? So if he can just be average, at least be average, get the ball into the speedsters' hands, they be okay. Defense is like that. So I mean, we're gonna see what they're gonna do. And then the last team, I couldn't put them in pretender or contender, is Texas. I really don't know what to do with them right now. You know, that's Texas, they're a really good team. They're in the top 4, I believe. I think they ranked 3rd. But I'm not sure if I want to put them on a contender side. I want to see what they do this Saturday against Oklahoma. If they beat Oklahoma Saturday, they go on my contender list, hands down.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they got to beat them though. They can't just win. They got to beat them in order to be, you know, a contender. You talking about contending for a national championship, or we just talking about contending to win, you know, a conference championship? You know,
we talking national championship.
Yeah,
but Oklahoma ain't no slouch though.
I just think there are so many good teams right now. I mean, any given Saturday, right? Like there are so many danger. I mean, Oklahoma never gonna fall off. You know, you can't never just go roll up in there and think that you're gonna roll over Oklahoma. Shout out to Roy Williams, but you know, I don't know. I like Oklahoma too, but I think Texas got them.
Okay. So look. That was our football talk. Now we got the basketball season about to begin as well, and there was already a lot of moves made in the NBA as far as trade or what have you. The most glaring move that happened in the past couple of weeks was the Dame Lillard trade from Portland to Milwaukee. So I want to know your thoughts on that move and also moves that's going on in the NBA right now and your predictions for the NBA season, your early predictions for the NBA season. Mills, I start with you.
The jury is still out. You know, like Dame was great at Portland. Like, I mean, and he did his time in Portland. J. Rue, same thing. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. Holiday. Drew, J. Rue, Drew. Why is mama's name? Why they spell it like that?
J. Rue the damager.
Listen. I'm not moved until April, right? I don't have a bone to pick. I just want to know what's James Harden? Is he retiring or not? Like,
no, he showed up at training camp today. He showed up at practice today.
It's time to let it go. That's all. I don't, you know. We'll see. Jury is still out on Dame and Drew.
Drew.
Mo Money, what you got?
Man, it's my motto, man. It's way too early to tell with basketball, man. You can't really tell until you get a little closer to the All-Star break.
April.
Yeah, April, yeah. I mean, because right now, though, I'll tell you this. I'm excited, fellas, Mills, because it's like an arms race again. You know what I'm saying? At one point, when KD went to Golden State, I lost a little love for the NBA. Like, it was already written. You know what I mean? So it's good to have this feeling back where you just don't know. You look out west, there's about 3, 4, 5 teams out there. You look in the east, you can say the same thing. It's going to come down to coaching, execution. And if you want to be a big dog in this era and go down as a great, you're going to have to play because nobody has an afforded advantage, in my opinion. I don't think there's any of those top 4 teams out there that are better than any of the other top 4 teams. So it's going to come down to star play. And that's what we want to see as fans. So as far as what I took away from the offseason, it's just going to be some exciting basketball. Now, as far as the Dame and Drew Holiday trade on surface value, it was great for both organizations. It was what both of them needed. And Drew Holiday's role, if you asking him just to come in and play defense, be a facilitator, he is just as good as Dame Lillard is. If in his role, Dame Lillard gonna play well in his role in Milwaukee. Don't get it twisted. He gonna come in there. He gonna play off the ball. He gonna score the ball. But here's the problem. On the flip side, he's not gonna guard his man. So I hope that Brook Lopez is ready because he ain't gonna guard the pick and roll. he ain't guard nothing. So they got used to Drew guarding up. So I just leave it at that. And we'll see how the chips may lay and how it all come out. But
Mo, what's going on? Mo, you must your connection must have went out because you said something about Damian Lillard and Holiday sort of the same. Like, did you say? Can you repeat that? What you said? I want to make sure.
Hey, men lie.
Say it with your chest, Mo.
But stats don't lie. So I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna come back and hit you with the stats in the head to head.
Make sure what you said.
Break the numbers down, Mo. Break the numbers down.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest, Mo.
We all know what opinions like. I'm gonna break the head down for you. I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me look it up.
No. You can't do that, Mo. You can't say you got all them stats. You keep looking at your little stat book right there, your little iPad. Come on, bro.
Hey, Mo, you cheating right now.
You scrolling. You scrolling.
I mean, I saw what I saw, right? And you saw what you saw. But I'm about to tell you, I know the stats is not that far off.
Right,
but I'm gonna go verify it for you.
What stats are we talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. What stats are you talking about?
Because I know we're not talking about scoring. Because
we talking head to head. We talking head to head, and we
talking head to head. 32 points a game last season.
Not against Drew Holiday, he didn't. Not against Drew Holiday.
Oh, so you talking about what? You talking about Drew? What he do against him? Oh,
that's the only way. Because here's the problem. Kobe, you play basketball. You know this. All roles aren't created the same. Dame Lillard scoring 32 on Portland when he don't really have another secondary star is different than what they're asking Drew Holiday to do in Milwaukee. His primary role was never to score. It's to play defense. But if we talking about percentages of 3-point shooting, if we talking about percentages of 2-point shooting, because here's the thing with Dame Lillard, right? And I want people to understand this. If Dame Lillard was really, really like that, he would be in contention. I'm saying he would be in contention every year. Or is Portland in contention? Yes or no? When the last time Dame Lillard? When the last time has Dame Lillard made the playoffs?
And they wasn't in contention back in the day before they wound up beating them. I mean, before they beat Detroit. Jordan was hands down like that. So I don't. You're talking about. But I'm just saying. You just said if Dame Lillard was really like that, they would be in contention. So you basing it off of whether you. So you saying that a player he's not like that if they're not fighting to go to win the national win a NBA championship.
Well, what I'm telling you is a lot of Dame Lillard stats is empty stats. You know what I mean?
I'll say it like this, Mo. I played a little basketball too myself, and every once in a blue moon, I played a little point guard. And what I'm telling you is this: Dame Lillard gonna make it easier for Milwaukee. He gonna make it easier for everybody. Sometimes you can Sometimes you can sag off Drew Holiday a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta account for. Now you gotta account for that point guard. Now you're not gonna be able to sag down and double team. The Greek, whatever his name is, Greek freak or whatever, like how some guys used to be. You can't send that double as early because it's gonna be certain spots and certain times in the game where it's gonna be Dame time where he gonna do his thing. The boy who really helped them win the championship, it wasn't the Greek freak, it was Middleton. There you go. It was Middleton. If you know anything about basketball, you know Middleton is the real reason why they won that championship a couple years ago. And all I'm saying is, just like what you said when Kevin Durant went to the Golden State, basketball, when it becomes easy and it makes everybody's job a little easier, I think Dame Lillard gonna make it easier for everybody on that team to get buckets. And what I'm saying is, we ain't have, you don't have to account for Drew Holiday sometimes when it comes down to offense. Like you said, now on the defensive side, they gonna lose a lot, 100%. But with that being said, we ain't never seen Dame play in the playoffs, play defense when, like you said, something is on the line because they really haven't been in contention.
So Odell, that's not true. He went to the Western Conference Finals and got cooked. He went. I mean,
that was against who?
I can't remember who it was.
You got your stat book right there. Look at
it. He sent Houston home with the big shot.
Oh yeah, when he went like that.
Yeah. He sent Houston home. I can't remember who was in the West.
Yeah, he was tired. He was tired, man. He was tired. But anyway,
all I'm saying is everything that you said was on the offensive end of the ball.
100%.
Milwaukee has been known since Giannis has come up as a defensive team, right? That's where they make their bones.
Right.
All I'm saying is when you click that switch on, sometimes it's not as easy when you changing your identity.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Agree with you. I agree.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Dame Lillard ain't a top 75 player, but what I'm saying is he ain't Kevin Durant.
Damn, 75?
Yeah, he was top 75. Yeah.
Oh my, let him live.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, he's top 75.
Right.
But what I'm saying is he ain't Kevin Durant. He's not gonna swing the pendulum like that.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying when you got four guys, what I'm saying, when you got a guy that it make everybody's job when it makes it easier to get buckets and you can spread out the floor a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. He gonna allow Giannis to have more room. He gonna let Middleton. He gonna make it easier for Middleton to spot up, hit the mid-range joint. That's all I'm saying. And he's gonna allow not Drew Holiday, but the difference between Drew Holiday and him is Dame can get a bucket without having to get a pass from Giannis or a pass from Middleton. He can say clear it out. We're gonna go 1-4. I'm gonna go to the rack, and it's my time right now. And that's gonna allow Giannis and Middleton to not have to carry the team. So when they come in the fourth quarter, they're gonna be all right, and they are gonna be able to play defense. They are gonna have a little more to go, you know what I'm saying, to play a little offense. Now, those two guys don't have to carry the load. That's all I'm saying. When it comes to that.
Hey Mo, I gotta chime into this because I think you tripping. You talking about you add Dame Lillard to your team and you talk about Drew. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Hey, well, check this out, Kobe. How am I tripping? When Drew won a championship with Giannis, so comparably,
Bill Laimbeer won a championship with Detroit.
Unless Dame win a championship.
Let me ask you this, Mo.
I think I need to watch more basketball.
Why didn't Milwaukee go to the finals last year?
Well, Giannis.
Because they played great defense.
Giannis was hurt. You're not gonna win it. You're not gonna win.
But he did enough. Giannis did enough, even though he was nicked up. He did enough for them to advance. But what happened? They didn't have enough offense.
They had enough offense. He got enough firepower, man.
Yeah. Chris Middleton came back off of an injury. He never got back to 100%, so he couldn't be that guy that you can get a ball to and close games for Milwaukee like he did the year they won championship.
All I'm saying
is, bro, missing offense. They wasn't missing defense.
This ain't 2K, bro. You can't just trade offense for defense. You know what I'm saying? You can't. So what I'm saying is,
the sun will come
if Drew Holiday is responsible for so many defensive possessions, let's just say he's responsible for holding the team. If you do the analytics, and he's responsible for holding the team.
Don't act like Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday was a defensive MVP candidate every year he was in Milwaukee.
So what?
Defense matters, bro. That's what win championships in the NBA.
In the words of the great Uncle Drew, it's all about buckets. And Dame Lillard is coming to give you buckets. You know how easy it's going to be for Giannis with Dame Lillard on the court? You got somebody who's easily top 3 best one-on-one players in the league. How can you not pay attention to him? But then if you pay so much attention to him, you're ignoring potentially or arguably the best player in the entire league. What can you do with that? And then as far as defense, I'm not really worried about Dame Lillard's defense. He plays enough defense to get him by. Steph Curry won championships. He don't play no fucking defense.
Not at all.
I don't want to hear about defense. And if he gets beat off the dribble, guess what? Giannis is all defense. Lopez is all defense. And you got them right there at the rim to have their back. So I don't want to hear that Drew Holiday shit. You upgraded with Dame Lillard. Period. It's not even a comparison.
Save the tape, bro. I ain't been wrong in 3 years on this show. When anytime these big trades been made, you can ask the producer. When Brooklyn got what they got, I said it ain't gonna work. Every team that go out here and make these trades,
Kevin Durant and them.
all I'm saying is it's not gonna work like you think it is. Because the same mismatch you talking about on the offensive end, the other team looking at Dame Lillard like, okay, we're gonna run 1 and 4. We're gonna run that 1-4 at his ass. And then Brook Lopez is one of the worst centers in the National Basketball Association at defending the pick and roll. So you got your 1 and your 5 that can't defend the pick and roll. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, but in the beginning of this whole segment, you were saying the matchup between Dame and Drew Holiday when they match up against each other. So it ain't going to be goddamn Drew Holiday isolating them on no damn 1-4. What the shit?
If you smart, if you Boston, right? You don't
what
even.
Drew Holiday going to do in a 1-4? You going to give him the ball on a 1-4 and let him try to take advantage of Dame Lillard, and you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum watching fucking Drew Holiday trying to get buckets? Hell no.
Absolutely. So you play basketball. It don't have to be
That's
the position of
it
don't have to be the position of the point guard for that person to be identified as the one in that offensive set.
Hey,
it could be Jason Tatum running. It could be Jason Tatum running the point in that offensive set.
Put it like this.
Could it not?
I don't give a damn how weak you think a defensive player is, Mo. Put it like, I'll give you a scenario. When I was in high school, I averaged 31 a game my senior year, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we played a team that had a point guard that was shabby on defense, and my coach say, hey, we're going to get a ball to the point guard and let him go 1-4 the whole game and expose this matchup. I would have looked at my coach and said, you out your damn mind. Man, give me the rock, because it don't matter who it is out there. The score's going to get their buckets regardless, and that's what you need to.
Hey, Mo. So do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think that was a good? Do you think that was a good trade? Do you think Drew Holiday going to Boston is going? Do you think that was a good trade? Because that was a part of the initial segment. I'm like, what the? Since we cursing now, fuck it. I'm like, what? I'm like, why is he even going to like? Why'd y'all let Marcus Smart go? That to me, that's the same. That's the same player.
But here's an upgrade to Marcus Smart. He's a little better than Marcus Smart. I will say.
You mean a better offensive player?
He's better on the offensive end. He give you the same defensive tenacity, and he's a leader.
I'm say Marcus Smart, a very good defensive player. I mean, that's what's kept him in the league for so long.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, all they was really doing was covering their mistake, because they realized they made a mistake. You know what I mean? When they looked at the roster, they realized they made a mistake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's no way. They got the boy that used to be here with the Wizards.
Porzingis.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah,
Bubba he gonna go back over there.
They made a mistake. Yeah. But hey, y'all keep saying that Dame is gonna make Giannis a whole lot better, right? So
no, wait, hold on, Mo. If you're gonna quote me right now. I said he's gonna make it easier for him to get buckets. That's what I'm saying. The offense gonna go through him. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have to like put out so much energy to get good quality shots. In basketball, that's what it is about. If I can go to the rack, and I know Kobe like to be at the right elbow and shoot, I can go to the instead of Kobe having to go 1-4 himself in the first and second quarter. If I say, well, Kobe is our closer, and I'm going to the rack and I'm just passing out the ball and giving him assists, and he's saving his energy for defense and for the fourth quarter, right? That's all I'm saying. They are going to make each other's life a lot easier. That's all I'm saying. I
think Kendrick Perkins said it best. He compared them to Kobe and Shaq. Shaq is your ball. You dominate for the first 3 quarters and a half. That last half of the fourth quarter, the ball is in Kobe's hand, and that's going to be the same with the Greek Freak and Dame Lillard.
I'm gonna end it with this, because I know facts. Stats is always what it is, right? So who was the number one offensive rated team in the NBA last year? It was the Denver Nuggets. Do you know who the number 2 offensive rated team in the NBA was? it was the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, guess what? They're gonna be number 1 this year.
We hope. We hope. You hope.
It better be the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis don't do nothing but drive to the rack and dunk on everybody. Shit.
Right.
I'm just saying, y'all whole argument was that Dame was gonna make them, so he gonna make them from
That's
2 to
right.
1.
That is right.
Okay.
He gonna make it
2 to 1.
Fellas,
He gonna
can
make
we
it easier
give
for him.
give the ladies some love? We've been going on this. WNBA finals about to start. Who you got?
Aces
The
and
Aces
Liberty.
or the Liberty? Vegas or New York? Omar, who you think?
I like what's the girl that you Brianna? Is her name Brianna? The girl
Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson.
No.
South
That's
Carolina?
No, I like the girl. I like New York.
Brianna Stewart.
Yeah. Is that who played for New York?
Oh yeah. Brianna Stewart. Well, she was
Brianna
MVP
Stewart.
this year.
That's like Kevin Durant. That's like Kevin Durant. That's like took her on the wing back when she was in college. Yeah, I like Shorty. She can book.
Yeah, my pick is New York as well. And the only reason why New York seems like they have Las Vegas number. Las Vegas doesn't do well against New York for some reason. It's a bad matchup for them. Anybody else ought to pick Las Vegas, but in this matchup, I'm gonna say New York Liberty.
I gotta agree with the fellas for the simple fact, keep the basketball out of it. Man, New York needs something.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, they done lost Aaron Rodgers. The Knicks ain't going no, they ain't going well. The Giants suck. Come on, Liberty, for the city. Put on.
Yeah, turn that little Madison Square Garden out. I'm gonna go with the Liberty too.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, before we get out of here, what's your thoughts? They what's their name on New Orleans
Baseball, Major League Baseball.
New Orleans Pelicans are talking about playing Zion Williams at center.
Next topic.
Next.
Yeah.
I'm not with it, big bro.
We not talking about nobody that don't play more
Whose
than
word
50
is it?
games.
Omar or
Hey, he
Kobe?
might be ready this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say trash. You would say
Trash.
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 Terrible.
Hey, he'll be back.
We need to have a segment trash.
We gotta have a trash. Just have a trash can right on the side, and we just throw them over there. We need Bubba Dub on here. Somebody know Bubba Dub? Shout out to Bubba Dub. He's trash. Zion, he need to stay. That's the worst place he could have went to down there in New Orleans. All that good.
Hey, that food
down there.
ain't no doubt.
Terrible.
Hey,
Mr. Instant 20 pounds.
I don't know if the pictures was Photoshop, but he looked like the natural Butch Reed right now.
Oh. Hey.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Look.
That's
Ever since he came out his shoe,
Hey, look.
ever since he came out his shoe, it's been downhill from there.
Yeah, no, hey, yeah, that was the worst. Thanos.
No, the Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
The incredible exploding shoe.
Yeah, hey, look, Gary, there was a great show tonight. I had a lot of fun vibing with y'all. Mills, why don't you take us on out?
Hey, thank you for watching us this week, everybody. It's the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. We will see you next week. Peace.
Salute.
There are 4 fouls on the play.
That's why it took so long.
Running into the kicker, number 34 in the kick receiving team. Holding,
Authentic.
number 95 of the receiving team. Personal foul, number 34 of the receiving team.